Good morning, friends. Welcome back to another video. As some of you may know, June is LGBTQ Pride Month. And if you didn't know, now you know. I wanted to make this video because I personally am part of the disabled community and part of the LGBTQ community. I know that there are a lot of other folks that are part of both of those communities, and so I wanted to talk about those intersecting identities. As a whole, the chronic illness community and the LGBTQ community, for various reasons, have been through quite a lot. And I, for one, am actually grateful to be part of those two communities because I feel like they are some of the most understanding and welcoming communities that I have ever been a part of. So I wanted to make this video for all of you out there who are either newly diagnosed with IBD or another chronic illness, or if you are newly coming out of the closet or discovering that you are part of the LGBTQ plus community. I wanted to make this video to let you know that these communities exist and there are people out there that are here for you. Especially during the time of quarantine, the internet can be a wonderful place for people to find these communities and find that sense of belonging even if they don't have that in person. Places like social media and YouTube are great ways to be able to find that community that you may not know even existed. There are lots of people that are part of both of these communities and are willing to help you. Also in 2020, I have been grateful to see quite a few movies, TV shows, and books coming out that represent both the LGBTQ plus community and the disabled community in a really positive way. One thing that I would love to see in 2020 or in future years to come is more LGBTQ events that are disability friendly. When I was first starting to explore events in these two intersecting communities, that was one thing that was a little bit challenging for me personally, was that a lot of pride events or queer youth events were very active and sometimes were hard for somebody like me that had a chronic illness. Any kind of event that centered around bars, dance clubs, or joining any kind of sporting club would have been really difficult for me or pretty much impossible. Seeing as I can't drink or do strenuous sports, I kind of thought that there wasn't anything out there for me. But over the years, I continued searching, and the internet was a great resource for me in finding those niche communities that catered to both parts of that identity. I was able to find queer coffee meetups, which were much easier for me to do as somebody with a chronic illness. I could show up at a coffee shop, and if you don't drink coffee, you could get tea, or you could just show up and hang out, and it's a very low-key environment that feels very safe for somebody with a chronic illness. Similar to that, there sometimes is queer craft nights, depending on where you live. If you find the right community, sometimes there are events that are very low-key, low energy, and that for me was what I was looking for. Also, where I live, there happens to be a chronic illness drag show that takes place every couple of months. Not right now, during quarantine, but it did. And that to me was a very eye-opening and, dare I say, life-changing experience. That was the first time in my life that I had been in an entire room filled with people that had those same intersecting identities as I did and had maybe gone through those same struggles as I did and were looking for the same community as I was. I truly felt like I belonged, and that's part of what inspired me to reach out to those of you and let you know that that exists and you can find it if you look in the right places. I just want to let you know to not give up hope and continue searching for these events and communities wherever you may live. Once you find one person, one group, one page on social media that allows you access into that community, a million doors open up for you. As I said before in this video, if you aren't quite comfortable yet venturing out into the community yourself and putting yourself out there, one thing that really helped me was just finding people online on social media and watching their videos about their experiences of being part of this community, and that is empowering to watch and feel like you can relate to somebody else and you can learn from them. If you are someone that is young or newly coming out or newly diagnosed, you might feel overwhelmed. You might be like, so you're telling me that I have IBD and I'm gay? Depending on your situation, where you live, and your community, that might be overwhelming for you. But I'm just here to tell you, I got you, fam. You're not alone. There are other people like you that exist, and we are here for you, and you can reach out at any time. I hope this was helpful or at least uplifting for some of you, and I hope that you stay happy, healthy during this quarantine and during your IBD journey, and I hope you have a great Pride Month.